The following is a paid advertisement and does not reflect the views of the management or staff of the 168 Project. Please watch responsibly.
Are you tired of not hearing from God? Searching for answers, but hearing nothing? Well, look no further. Introducing the amazing Omega Phones. Simply place the Omega Phones over your ears and presto, they filter out all the unwanted sounds, allowing you to hear God like you've never heard Him before. But don't just take our word for it. Let's see what other people are saying about the Omega Phones.
I ain't got time to mess around. I gotta hear God now.
Since I've been using these Omega phones, I find money all the time. Cha-ching!
And because of the megaphone, I can hear from God.
I hear my dog!
Turn around.
Oh. Now I hear God!
What's that?
Dude, I don't suck.
After 74 years, I can finally hear God.
And what's God telling you?
32, 24, 16, and the Omega number is 9? I'm gonna be an Omega rich!
Amazing.
Yeah, man. Him told me to be an underwear model. Thanks, Omega Phone.
With Omega Phones, you'll get answers from God fast.
Yes.
Thanks, Omega Phones.
It's time for the G to the O to the D to the it's all about me.
With Omega Phones, you'll always have God in the mix.
What's God saying to Toby? I'll call from the devil.
What a broken.
That's okay. Where you're going, you won't be able to hear God's voice anyway.
Dude, not cool.
So, what are you waiting for? Don't take the time to pray. Just pick up a pair of Omega Phones and start hearing God's voice today.
They work!
Warning, Omega Phones may cause dizziness, hyperventilation, or the sudden urge to become celibate. Omega Phones are not sold in stores, so order now.
People say there's a God in heaven, the Creator, the Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. A God who loves me so much that He sent His Son to die for me so that I could be forgiven and live with Him forever. That sounds beautiful, but I don't believe it. Every night I have the same dream, and I have no idea what it means. Is it the end of the world, or am I just losing touch with everything around me? I feel like I'm lost in some other world, like I'm a drifter and I'm just waiting for someone to come to me and say, hey, everything's gonna be alright. Has the world gotten so crazy that there's nothing real to believe in anymore? Have people gotten so cold that there's no sensation of touch? We're jammed together in this isolation booth and no one wants to tick each other off because the smallest fraction might set the whole thing off. And everything we think is real will come crashing to the ground. Maybe it is the end of the world.
I feel you crying over the things I said.
I'm Tom Thompson in the Antelope Valley, where a local pastor has actually been arrested for preaching the gospel. Pastor Von Drexler was taken into custody early this morning for preaching the book of Leviticus, which is in direct violation of the Levitical hate law passed last November. The controversial law states that preachers can no longer preach against sin by actually calling it sin. Local authorities are calling for a softer, more user-friendly approach, stating that the days of John the Baptist, hellfire and brimstone are a thing of the past. Meanwhile, pastors and lay people across the nation are in an uproar about the arrest, stating that sin is sin no matter how you soft sell it, and that now more than ever, people need a clear definition of right and wrong. I'll have live updates as they appear and a full report at 11. Live from the Antelope Valley, I'm Tom Thompson, Channel 5 News.
Whoa, won't you think you found a love, you find out it was all pretend.
That's beautiful. Who's it for? Is it for Josh or is it for Ryan?
I don't want to hear this from you right now, please. Can I have a sip?
I really don't like your attitude, you know.
I really don't care.
We say we don't care to protect ourselves, because standing up for what we really believe in has a cost, and we might not be ready to pay it.
Hey, you're in the way of my locker, buddy.
Hey,
you reading the Bible? Are you kidding me? Hey. Welcome to high school, Jesus freak.
To me, I guess it's just not worth fighting for anymore. I guess I just gave up.
Hey, knock that off! No fighting here!
I mean, really, what's the sense of it all if you don't get anything out of it?
Please get out.
Aubrey, Daddy said that the reason that teenagers don't get along with their parents is because they realize they're hypocrites. We just don't want you to ever have a drink, because like my dad said, if you never have a drink, you can never be an addict. And if you never have a cigarette, you can never be addicted. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, if you believe in Jesus, then why can't you stop drinking wine because you're supposed to trust in him? I don't know. Please get out.
I used to pray, but everything fell apart and I lost everything. Everything that I worked so hard for just was gone.
Jesus, please help my mom. Please help her see how she's hurting me, her drinking, how it affects me and separates us. Help her see my problems, even though they seem stupid to her, and help me see her problems and her struggles, and help us love each other again.
Whatever happened to that simple childlike faith? I guess I just got too attached to everything that was around me and forgot what was really important.
Are you okay? I don't want to leave. Oh, honey, I don't want to leave either. But you know what? Everything's going to be fine. God's going to provide for us. We're going to go live in our RV, and God's going to provide for us there like he did in this house, and everything's going to be fine.
When everything gets taken away from you, who are you going to believe in? I tried to believe in myself, but I didn't have the strength to do that alone. Then I remembered this story about a man named Jacob. He's at the end of his rope too and didn't know who to believe in. So he stopped at Beersheba to hear from God. And God spoke. Sometimes it's the still small voice of the Holy Spirit. But maybe once or twice in your lifetime, You'll hear from God as clearly as you hear me speaking to you.
It's a mystery.
And that has to be enough to get you through the end of your journey.
He would talk to me.
It's not the end of the world, but we're all going through this journey together. And the truth is, when we need it the most, God is always there to comfort us.
And I've never felt relief like I feel it right now. This journey is my own. 'Cause trying to please the world, it was breaking me down. It was breaking me down.